Hi there and welcome to a new video by Yes and Explore. Today we're showing you how we got back from Penang to Kuala Lumpur by train, and we'll find out what it's like and if it's worth it compared to flying. We've had a very good time in Penang, and if you want to see our day trip to Penang Hill or the hotel that we stayed at, you can find the links in the description. Our return journey started at the Swettenham Pier in Georgetown. You can get there easily by bus or by booking a grab car. The pier is located on the very northeastern tip of the island and takes you to the town of Butterworth, a town back on the mainland. When we arrived at the ferry terminal a good 20 minutes before, the waiting area was already filled up with lots of people waiting to board the ferry. And the ferry from the island back to the mainland is free, so there's no worries about buying tickets. Should you travel the other way around though, so from Butterworth to Georgetown, then you would have to buy a ticket, which would cost you about 1 ringgit and 20 cents. The boarding process was easy. At a certain point, the crowd started moving and you just follow along until you get onto the boat. The ferry itself is a passenger-only boat, so it's rather small and compact. Since we're just waiting to get on the boat here, we want to say thank you to our viewers for liking and subscribing to our channel. Your growing support means a lot to us. Once you get on the boat, there are 2 compartments to choose from. We went with the one that still had some space left, but there are no differences. We found a really nice spot all the way in the back in a row of 5, but there were still plenty of people behind us, so all the seats ended up being taken. The ferry ride took about 15 minutes and everything went smooth sailing. Having left the boat, we were on a mission to find the train station and some place to eat. Mostly a place to eat, because we knew that the station was supposed to be close by. And it turns out there's a little mall attached to the ferry port, which also grants access to the bus terminal. And within the mall there are a few eateries you can choose from, as well as a 7-Eleven mini-mart. After finding something to eat that we could take with us on the train, we followed the signs for the train station and found it really easily. There are already lots of people waiting, as you're not allowed to go onto the platform before arrival of the train. As soon as the train arrived, it had to let a lot of people out, and of course it got very busy. But once they all left, the gate opened up and the train was there, waiting for us. For this train ride, we paid 80 ringgit per person and we booked directly through the KTM train's website. We booked seats on the so-called Platinum train, which is supposed to be a little nicer than their Gold option, but it does only offer one class of travel. We could choose our seats beforehand, and we didn't need to look long before we found them. The seats were definitely spacious enough, and they even came with a fold-out table and footrests. After we got settled in, the train left pretty quickly and made a total of 10 stops on this 4-hour journey. And in case you get hungry on the train, there is a buffet car where you can buy drinks like water, sodas, coffee and tea, but there's also food available. They have various options with rice and noodles. There are, of course, also some toilets on board with, well, toilet-like facilities. And it was all pretty clean in the beginning, but halfway through, the floor got super wet. And somehow Malaysian toilets always seem to have wet floors. This train comes with a bonus feature and something we haven't seen on a train before: prayer room. The train ride went smoothly and we enjoyed the lunch that we bought back at the station in Butterworth, while also enjoying the view from our window. After 4 hours, we slowly rolled back into Kuala Lumpur. We did choose the wrong seats to admire the Kuala Lumpur skyline because that one is on the left-hand side if you're facing forward and not on the right-hand side. But still, by then many people had already left the train, so we could scoot over and enjoy the skyline. All in all, we think that the train, also in combination with the ferry, is a really good way of getting from Penang to Kuala Lumpur or vice versa. The price is very reasonable and the train was clean and punctual. As an added bonus, there's no checking in luggage or airport lines, so that saves you a lot of time and hassle. We want to thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see our apartment tour in Kuala Lumpur and more, subscribe to us at Yes and Explore. Bye!